I'm a woman who cannot cry. My master drilled this into me. I'm the living embodiment of our kingdom's fate. My emotions are tied to heaven and earth itself. If I smile, the rains come and the harvests are good. If I cry, we're talking catastrophic floods. To protect the people and the kingdom, the emperor spoiled me rotten. He even hand-fed me at meals. But on the eve of our wedding, Crown Prince Gu Yunzi had the nerve to force me to call it off. I nodded, dumped that trash, and decided to find a new crown prince. My name is Su Liuli, born into an ordinary merchant family. When I was 6, an old monk came to our door asking for water. He took one look at me, muttered, "Amitabha," and said my eyes were cursed. Wherever my gaze landed, disaster would follow. If the family wanted peace, they'd have to destroy my eyes. My father believed it. So did my grandparents. They came at me with an awl. My mother nearly lost her mind. She threw herself in front of me. She yanked the hairpin off her head and stabbed at anyone who got close. My father still had some feelings for her back then, so he backed down, but only enough to compromise. He blindfolded me with a white cloth strip instead. And just like that, at 6 years old, I began living my life in total darkness. Because of my eyes, my parents fought constantly and eventually split. My father took on several concubines and had a bunch of kids in no time. My mother poured everything into me and stopped caring about him. But those concubines saw that she wasn't fighting back, so they got bolder and bolder. Then one day, a pregnant concubine showed up and got in my mother's face. She shoved my mother into the pond. My mother never came back up. She was gone. My father, my grandparents, they all called me a jinx, said I was cursed, said I killed my own mother. I was too young to understand what a jinx even was. All I knew was, my own father wanted to blind me, my grandparents resented me, the servants looked down on me. My mother was the only one who ever truly loved me. I might as well have been blind, but I wasn't stupid. I knew with my mother gone, staying in that household meant one thing. I'd end up dead. So I ran that same night. I pulled off the blindfold, slipped through the dog door under cover of darkness, took a deep breath to steady my nerves, and picked a random road to start running. Then I looked up, and there was a man in white robes standing just a short distance away, watching me with a smile. I stared at him, confused, and couldn't help asking, "Who are you?" Then I heard his calm, gentle voice. "I am the royal advisor, and you are the apprentice I've been searching for 10 years. I became his disciple. Master brought me to the Imperial Palace and set me up in the Star Palace. He was incredibly kind to me. He even softened his voice when he talked to me, like he was afraid of startling me. Nobody here saw me as a curse. Nobody rationed my food. I was given the white robes worn only by Star Palace disciples. I thought it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever worn. Master told me I wasn't an ordinary person. I was the purest concentration of spiritual energy between heaven and earth. I was the living vessel of the kingdom's fate. Born with a heavenly eye, I could see the good and evil in people and sense fortune or disaster before it came. If I was wronged, the kingdom would suffer endlessly. If I died by accident, not of natural causes, the kingdom's fate would be severed. It would fall. Honestly, I was pretty sure Master had just made all of this up. I couldn't help asking, "But how do you even know I'm the embodiment of the kingdom's fate? I seem completely normal to me." Master laughed and ruffled my hair. "Liuli, do you know why our kingdom of Yi is the greatest nation in the world?" I shook my head and looked at him, waiting, hoping he'd give me an answer. Master smiled. "Because the wife of our founding emperor was herself a vessel of the kingdom's fate." Master warned me, as the daughter of fate, my safety mattered even more than the emperor's. I was never to put myself in danger, and never to reveal my identity. As the royal advisor's disciple, I had status in the palace. No one dared mess with me. And because Master treated me so well, some people actually whispered behind closed doors that I couldn't possibly just be his apprentice. I had to be the emperor's secret daughter. If the identity of the daughter of fate weren't restricted to the emperor and the royal advisor alone, I think Master would have built me a shrine, hung a sign around my neck, and made the whole world treat me like royalty. Too bad it didn't last. I'd only been in the palace a few days, hadn't even gotten to enjoy walking around like I owned the place, when I just went to swing on the swings in the imperial garden. And some concubine called me a seductress and came after me, threatening to gouge out my eyes. She had a whole crowd of maids and eunuchs with her, all reaching for me. I bolted. Lost my hair ribbon, tore my clothes, and somewhere along the way lost a shoe. Lucky for me though, I ran straight into Second Prince Xiao Yunjin. He was about my age but sharp as a tack. He hid me inside a decorative rock garden and chased off everyone who was after me. I wasn't physically hurt, but the shock got to me. I spiked a fever that same night. I was burning up and barely conscious, drifting in and out. I kept hearing Master's voice and another deep, authoritative voice outside the door, discussing my condition. When I recovered, I found out that while I was sick, the capital had been hit with 2 solid weeks of non-stop rain that flooded crops everywhere. If the capital hadn't been on higher ground, the entire palace might have been underwater. On top of that, a rare locust plague hit the south, wiping out crops across the region. The south was supposed to be the kingdom's breadbasket. This year, a lot of areas were going to come up with nothing. Master was furious. He went straight to the emperor and filed a full complaint. Word was, the concubine who tried to gouge my eyes out was executed by imperial decree on the spot. Once I recovered, Master said he'd take me to formally meet the emperor. On the day of the audience, I followed nervously behind him. Just as I was about to kneel down and bow, the emperor stopped me. Liuli, no need for formalities. I looked up, a little stunned, just in time to see the emperor actually rise from his seat. His movements were rushed, and even the way he said no need came out almost frantic, like something had startled him. I blinked, confused, and nodded. In that hazy moment, I got the strangest feeling, like the emperor was actually scared of me, like if I'd actually knelt down. Master saw all of this, shook his head with a helpless smile, and gently patted my back. Then he and the emperor exchanged pleasantries, though the conversation quickly circled back to me. The emperor had heard I didn't have it easy before Master brought me to the Star Palace, so he personally assigned 2 chefs and 2 imperial physicians to take care of me, followed by a whole string of gifts. Gold, silver, jade, pearls, filling several chests. Then bolts upon bolts of silk and brocade that filled 2 entire storerooms. He even reassigned one of his personal bodyguards to protect me. This level of reward, not even his most favored eldest prince had ever received anything close. At first I didn't think much of it. Then the emperor gave me a jade pendant. He said, "Liuli, this pendant represents my authority. In the palace, you bow to no one." Something felt off. I just couldn't put my finger on what. Then I remembered what Master had told me. The founding emperor's wife had been a daughter of fate. The founding emperor of Ye was known as the Nightglow Emperor, a man born a beggar. He rose through the chaos of war like the wind was always at his back, all the way to the throne, and left behind countless legends. But his empress was shrouded in mystery. Even the storytellers at the tea houses would barely mention her, just a passing line and nothing more. I tossed and turned in bed all night, couldn't sleep a wink, and first thing the next morning, I ran out.